Imagine boarding the world's most luxurious ship in 1912, believing it was unsinkable. Yet, just 4 days later, it lay at the bottom of the Atlantic. But here's the real question. Was the Titanic's sinking truly an accident, or part of a conspiracy that history tried to bury? Stay tuned, because in this video we're diving into the darkest Titanic conspiracies, separating fact from fiction, and uncovering the shocking myths you were never taught in school. April 10, 1912, Titanic sets sail from Southampton. Strikes an iceberg on April 14 at 11:40 p.m. By 2:20 a.m. on April 15, the unsinkable ship was gone. Over 1,500 people died, only about 700 survived. This is the version we all grew up learning, but what if there's more beneath the surface? One of the most popular theories claims the Titanic never sank at all. The ship that went down was actually the RMS Olympic, Titanic's older sister ship. The Olympic had been damaged in a 1911 crash, and White Star Line was losing money. Some conspiracy theorists believe the company swapped the ships, sent the damaged Olympic out under Titanic's name, and staged the sinking as an insurance scam. Believers point to differences in window placements, survivor reports of design inconsistencies, and insurance motives. But historians argue the Titanic had unique construction, and no credible evidence supports a swap. Another chilling claim? The Titanic disaster was planned to eliminate powerful men who opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve Bank in America. Millionaires like John Jacob Astor IV, Benjamin Guggenheim, and Isidor Straus all died on board, and they allegedly opposed central banking. Meanwhile, J.P. Morgan, who supported the Federal Reserve, canceled his trip last minute. Too many coincidences, say conspiracy believers. Yet, skeptics argue no hard evidence links the sinking to the Federal Reserve, and many passengers canceled for personal reasons. Still, the deaths of those men continue to fuel suspicion even today. Some say Titanic's crew was sabotaged from within. Lookouts had no binoculars, which might have helped them spot the iceberg sooner. The key to the binocular cabinet was left behind. Was this mistake, or intentional? Survivors insisted visibility was poor, and the iceberg could have been avoided. However, later investigations showed binoculars would not have helped much at night, though the missing key remains one of Titanic's most haunting mysteries. There's also the mystery of the emergency flares. Survivors reported that distress rockets were fired into the sky, but nearby ships didn't respond. The Californian, for example, was said to be less than 20 miles away, yet it never came to Titanic's aid. Some theories suggest that the Californian's crew deliberately ignored the rockets, either because they didn't want to get involved, or because they were instructed not to. If true, this points to a cover-up that allowed the disaster to spiral out of control. Then come the darker, even supernatural myths. Stories claim a cursed Egyptian mummy was on board, bringing bad luck. Others say the number painted on Titanic's hull, when read backward, spelled an Antichrist message in Arabic. Sailors believed Titanic challenged God by calling itself unsinkable, and fate punished it. In truth, no mummy was on Titanic's cargo list, and the number superstition was a misreading. But legends persist because of the ship's tragic destiny. Another eerie tale involves premonitions. Several Titanic passengers reportedly had dreams or visions of disaster before boarding. A handful even canceled their tickets last minute because of a feeling of dread. One survivor later wrote that she couldn't shake the image of a great ship sinking in the dark, and when she saw the Titanic go down, she realized her nightmare had come true. Were these coincidences, or signs of something bigger? There is also the theory that Titanic's construction itself was sabotaged. Some investigators claim the rivets used in the hull were made of poor quality iron that snapped under pressure. Others believe certain flaws were intentionally overlooked to save money, even though the ship was marketed as the safest vessel ever built. If that's true, Titanic's sinking wasn't just an accident, it was negligence on a massive scale. Some conspiracy believers also argue that the iceberg itself may not have been the real cause. They claim Titanic might have struck a hidden coal fire that had been burning in the ship's bunkers for days before the collision. Photographs taken before Titanic left port allegedly show a dark mark on the hull, which some say proves a fire had already weakened the ship's steel. Official reports downplayed this theory, but it raises an unsettling possibility: Titanic was doomed before it even left England. When we strip away the myths, the truth is simpler yet devastating. Poor planning meant too few lifeboats. Human error sent the ship speeding through iceberg territory. Flaws in construction, weak rivets, brittle steel, made the damage worse. The Titanic wasn't sunk by a grand conspiracy, but by hubris, greed, and overconfidence. The Titanic was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of human pride. And whether by conspiracy or by tragedy, it reminds us that no matter how powerful we think we are, nature and fate can humble us in a single night. If you found these conspiracies eye-opening, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below which theory you believe could be true. Was it really an iceberg, or something far darker?